Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme, and the recording didn't record. Luckily, I caught it not too far into the video, so I'm playing catch up. We've had 4 races this season. We booked Alexander Starr into a race, and didn't run too badly. It was just behind the leader. Couldn't quite get up at the end. Beaten by a good horse. Romea as well. Not a bad horse at all. In a grade 2, in between 2 very highly rated horses, we made a decent impact and couldn't quite get there. We were told that is a little bit too far. So we'll go down to a mile 1 on Romea's next race. Piranha, our unbeaten horse, went in a mile grade 3. As you can see, a good looking horse. Oops. But yeah, really bad. Couple of issues in that race. Couldn't get clear a couple of times. But still never looked like we were going to get into position. It wasn't one where I thought we could win if things had gone differently. So I'm really not sure what Piranha was doing there or why. And Arzani wins grade 3 pretty decently. Good run. And yeah, to be honest with you, it was a 2-horse race. And we just about got up. We led the entire thing, but there was a time when I thought that we were going to get caught. And luckily for us, we just managed to push back out on the line and get the win. So we got a grade 3 on Arzani. We got 2 second place finishes, which were both pretty good runs. One slightly overachieving, one slightly underachieving, and Piranha's big underachieving race. We've got Personal Touch coming up in a grade 2, and then Overnight Fame, which I'm not sure what you're running. Or you're running the grade 1 because there was nothing else. That's a big risk. That is a big, big risk coming up there. I'm going to look at the sales because we did sell a bunch of horses. So from Silver Alliance down. These aren't all of them. We sold an absolute ton of horses. You can see some high-priced horses here. And then you keep going down. And there we go. So Excellent was the highest. The second highest was Heavenly Echo. And Vinnie Jones, Moving Wings, Gabica de Caroga, Humble Times. A bunch of horses, just over 2 million. So, interesting bunch there. That's why we've got so much money. We sold an absolute ton of horses. We got breeding going, so that'll be oh my. Don't waffle. Like, what happened to you guys? No, repeat. I'm sure I put it on repeat. Silvas or Commerce. No, it was Silvas Romanus and Glingamil, and it was Tootling. Not Tootling, Silvermani. Yeah, it would be Suleimani and Commerce. Yeah. Okay. So Illustrious Forest with Magical Peace, West Haven and Tootling, Suleimani and Commerce, Joe Rocco and Statute, Eigildor and Val Gardana, Glingamil and Silvas Romana, Joe de Rousseau and Yaru, and Waffle and Keen Gale. So a bunch of them there. We're keeping 4 yearlings, Glingamil's JB Blue, Glingamil's Talon, which used to be Sir Thaddeus Hawk, or whatever that horse was named before. It's now Talon. Glingamil's Rash Gift, and Glingamil's Flaming Descent, which was something Flame. So we changed 2 of the names to be easier for me to remember. And yeah, the only one of Glingamil's that didn't work was Commerce, which was Royal Premier. Not a bad horse, just doesn't have great potential for some reason. So just like Tootling and Suleimani failed in their pairing. Glingermill and Commerce didn't work out. But 4 out of the 5 horses that Glingermill has studded really worked out really well. He could be a very, very powerful sire later on for us. So really happy to see that his abilities are breeding true. I guess I've got to do these screenshots again. Bear with me a moment. Okay, there they go. So we got our racing barn on top. You can see, I think these are all before the first races, so some of the information might be slightly off. But you can kind of see the potential and the abilities and everything of each of the horses. It's a good bunch. It's, not great horses yet. We're still only like 5 seasons, I think, in. And even then, we're only just starting to get the breeding program on track with good horses. You can see the breeding program down here with horses like Waffle and Keen Gale were breeding together. Commerce, Glingermill, which didn't work, but are still good horses. Magical Peace, Val Gardena, etc. We should be getting some good horses through in a couple of years. So it might take up to 10 years to get your breeding program, in place to where it's producing horses probably better than you can buy. But overall, I think we're really kind of in a good place. I'm kind of happy with how things are lining up right now. Good group of 2-year-olds to really test, 3-year-olds to see what they can become, and then 4-year-olds and the 5-year-old to breed from in the future, just see if we can get some good wins on them. The breeding barn, like I say, 4 good studs, a bunch of good mares. They should end up being, quite lucrative for us, producing horses to sell, but still also producing good yearlings that we can end up racing and eventually put in the barn themselves. And then we've got the yearlings here, the 4 of them. And again, pretty decent all round. The only one below 70 is JB Blue in potential, but we'll see if that improves as a 2-year-old. We'll keep him. If not, then he will be sold as well. But I like all 4 of those horses as well. So good yearlings, a good breeding barn that we're just kicking on with now, and a good bunch of racing stock as well. So now that we're caught up to where we were in the previous video, let's get on with the racing. Personal Touch is up next, but we got 2-year-olds. We got a lot of 2-year-olds. Whoa, I don't know. Let me see what these are. Selling races. Oh, Reese Rascal is back in there again. Guns and Butter. So yeah, they've been sold twice before. In fact, quite a few of these I recognize the names of. There's Lady Victory, Bishop, Razor Grand is one we sold previously. So yeah, let's take a risk on some of these expensive ones we haven't sold. So Guns and Butter is going for, a decent amount, but we sold him for 300 grand. And Razor Grand we sold for 500,000. They want 2 million for them. Let's go for 4 that we haven't seen before. We haven't bought, we haven't sold. There we go. Lady Victory laid back. So got to get to 1.7. There's no way they're taking it to 1.7. So I'll take it myself. All the way. we got the lady and the bishop. And then we got the green wizard to come. But yeah, I think it's risky looking at these 2-year-olds because the group of 2-year-olds we have now, it's going to be tough for them to be better than that. So, if they're not better, why would we be buying them? But I'm just living in hope for that magical rare unicorn. That one, that has really high cruising burst battling qualities and, potential. That weird mix which all brings it together. There we go. It says 4 horses. Lady Victory is not the horse we want. Bishop of Cashel. It's not what we're looking for either. Greensward will not fill that role. And the Wizard of Odds, not quite either. So, big money horses. We spent a lot of money on those. And, none of those came through for us. So, all that money we spent to get up to, 42 million, we're down to 34.5. So, personal touch. Let's see what they're going to be doing. Grade 2. 4-year-olds and above. That's a terrible field, isn't it? That is an absolute terrible field. Oh my, this is kind of like a walkover almost. Yeah, there's a little bit of a discrepancy in terms of horses. I don't mind that. A little bit more money than I thought I was putting on that race. And we lost it all. We lost it all. How could we lose that race? Personal touch? You're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. These horses are just not genuine horses. I mean, if we're losing money, we might as well throw more money away. Oh, that sucks. We make money on the horses. We make money back. I mean, we did just throw away about $1.5 million because that other horse wouldn't sell. And I don't even want to know, I put 4 million on personal touch to come in second. Money, luckily in this game, doesn't mean much if you can win races or a horse that can win. Then you can throw money at it. If you've got a good breeding program, you're usually spending less money on the upkeep of horses and entering for races than you get back from selling horses which aren't any good. And you don't need to buy in horses very often. So you end up making more money that way. So the fact that I just dropped about 6 to 7 million in a very short period of time there doesn't really worry me. It doesn't really worry me. I mean, even with these horses that haven't done much, there's still, 500,000 between them almost. It's not too bad. Overnight Fame, let's get you going and see what we can do there. Slightly disappointed in myself, to be honest with you, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be, guys. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. There we go, Overnight Fame, 50 to 1. Moving up 40 to 1. You know what? That's 10 grand. That's not much. There we go. So there's a chance we make some big money on this. Oh, it's a grade 1. Oh, yes. Yes, it's a grade 1. Let's go watch this. I mean, I really don't think we can win this. I don't think Overnight Fame is a grade 1 winner. Certainly not yet. I don't think we have the abilities. So we'll see. But yeah, it's unlikely. It's not a bad start. Let's speed things up on the backstretch then. Aurelia, Newlin, Bay, Ginger Jack, TG's Girl, Bint, Alec Bar with ourselves, and to Serena Louise. The front three were called Celebre, Mina, and Holgrave Boy. Down to the final furlong. Louise will be kicking on and into this. Looks like Overnight Fame is having the type of race I thought. 4 abreast at the finish. Aurelia with the win. And yeah. Let's see. Didn't run great, but okay. Hampered. Hampered inside 2 furlongs. Really? Now, don't get me wrong. I might have missed something. But 2 furlongs out wasn't the rest of the field like 2 lengths clear of our horse. Like, I don't know who hampered us. I don't know who hampered us 2 furlongs out. I really don't know. Short room to inside 2.5 furlongs out. I mean, maybe that's all the horses just running past us and then, you know, running in front of us. But we weren't going to fill that space ourselves. So I don't know. Let's say 2 lengths for that, 2 lengths for that. That's down to 7 lengths. We're still, you know, 2.5 back of last place. I mean, oh, well outclassed. Yeah. That's one way to say it. That is one way to say it. So I knew Overnight Fame was being pushed. Piranha wasn't being pushed, but both those came in really bad. Star, slightly disappointing. Ramir, slightly overachieving. And Personal Touch, pretty much on the money where I thought... no, sorry. Ramir, pretty much on the money, just got the distance wrong. Personal Touch, slightly disappointing as well. Slightly underachieving. So... a real mixed bag. Again, we haven't had a season where things just, you know, go well within the first 3 months. We have had those that start well and then drop off sharply. We've had those which haven't got going early. We've had those that haven't started well, still managed to drop off, and never pick up again. So it's been a real mixed bag of racing. We've got some weird horses that's going to take some time to figure out. My only problem is these 5 and 4 year olds, I ain't got time to figure out. This is it. If they don't do it now, possibly next season or a push, they're done. And then I've got to make my mind up. Do they go to the breeding barn or not? Personal Touch and Ramea, they're both 70 ability horses with 75% potential. That's roughly good enough, but it doesn't improve anything down there. So I'm not really sure what I want to be doing there. Azani is 80% fully realized with some good bars. I mean, he goes to the breeding barn. But then again, he's the winning horse this season. So, you know, if everybody was winning, I'd be tempted to give Azani a couple of grade 2s or a grade 1, see if he can win at that level, and then just ship him out to the barn July and get him breeding with someone. But if he's the only one winning and the only one I can bet on to make more money if we need more money, then I can't do that. And the other ones then become candidates to send to the bar, but none of them have that potential. None of them have that ability. None of them have great cruising burst. Nobody has good battling qualities apart from Dragon Princess, who's not ready right now. Yeah, it's kind of a strange game. It's definitely making me think more than Starters Order 6. It seems to work in a slightly different way. Things seem to be a little bit more obtuse and a little bit more random at times, which is more realistic, and I've got to give it to Mark for making some changes there, making the breeding changes. You don't just get, the sum of the father and mother of the horse, the sire and the dam. You don't get the sum of those two abilities divided by two. You get a lot more variation. So it is more difficult, but it is more fun to sort of get that lined up properly. And when you do get a big win and you do get a good horse, I think you appreciate it more, and it kind of means more. You get more attached, like I did with, Magical Peace, and I really believed in that horse. And it became the focus of the game for that entire season. And then you crushed when it doesn't work out, but sending it to the barn, seeing its first fall, being such a potentially good horse, it kind of works out in that way too. So I don't know. I like it. I just wish I was better at recognizing why my horse doesn't win when I think it should. So, talking of Dragon Princess, come on though. Oh, not luxations. 10 weeks. Okay, I guess that's okay. I mean, we'll have maidens in the US in April, is it? Or is it May? I think it might be May 20 odd, so we'll be back plenty of time to kind of get those done. So, not a huge issue there. So, grade 3 back of the pack. Grade 1 back of the pack. So, I'm going to go grade 3 with Overnight Fame. Just see what happens there. Piranha over a mile. Let me look at, what have we got? Anything back here? No, I don't want to push her into a race too quickly. But then again, she's been out for a month as it is. Grade 3 there. We're just going to see Alexander Star. That's a mile 2. Mile 2 maiden. There is a grade 3 and a grade 2. Let's send the grade 3. We'll actually push that horse, see what comes back. Ramirez back down to a mile 1. Ooh. Okay, we ran a grade 2. We could have won if it was that distance. So Lacana de Stakes could be an option. Could be the best option. Pretty much the only option domestically. And then Azani all the way down to 5 furlongs. Back up to 6, I guess, because we ran at 6. I mean, there's not much as a grade 3. I guess another grade 3 for Azani. And then Personal Touch, 7 furlongs in Dubai or selling races. Or a mile. Santa Maria grade 1. Don't feel like that's a great option, but it's almost the only option we have. So yeah, we're gonna pencil in right now. Breeding. Let's see, everyone's in full. Good. There we go. Happy enough with that. So, Piranha didn't get a good result. But we're in a grade 3, 7 furlongs. I mean, maybe that suits. Stayed on well, too much to do, so it didn't suit. So Piranha's definitely a mile horse. But over a mile, it finished in 8th place. Over 7 furlongs, it finished in 3rd. So yeah, okay. I'll figure it out at some point. It'll make sense to me at some point. Okay. We could get a good breeder. Let's go for the 2 high-rated horses that have got some kind of experience, at least in graded races. Looking at their form, didn't run particularly well at times, but at least they tried in grade 1s. So 700,000 for free flow, and then possibly similar for Easter Oats, and that'll be, probably both of them won't be very good, if I'm honest. But yeah, so quite cheap. 700,000. Not a good horse. No, wrong button. That's the wrong one. Okay. And there's no... I did it again. Okay, there's another 1.2 million down the trash just because I clicked the wrong button. So I clicked retire from game instead of return to main stable. And I don't know why I did it, but to do it back to back is kind of maddening there. But again, it's okay. Money doesn't mean too much. To me, getting good racing horses is what it's all about. So the breeding barn is all about that. I want to win prize money. I don't need to see a good balance up top. Still annoying though to know that you've made a stupid mistake. 8-8, really? 8-8 is up and about. It's not a good horse. It's a gelding. You can't even breed from it. I just want to see what it is, because this horse was in so many races that we were in, up against so many of our challengers. Never ran particularly well, but did, was almost a constant feature for a few races. We saw the name quite often. And yeah, not a great horse at all. This one I am going to retire. Just flat out retire. But yeah, interesting to see what those horses that we've noticed during the game sort of do in the breeding stage, and when they come into sales I can take a look at them and figure out exactly what they were. So it's nice to see that. Didn't have to pay too much to see it either. Okay, we're back with Personal Touch. Personal Touch not having a great start, and Sarsa's up and so is Excelet. Now, we put Excelet out into the breeding barn because it wasn't a great horse. This is his first race for like 3 years or 4 years. If it wins, I'm gonna be pissed. Gonna be pissed. And Heavenly Echo, we sold Heavenly Echo, and now we're having to race against our old horse. I mean, really, I should just cheat a bunch of money and not sell my horses, because it sucks being in a field with these two and having a horse like Sasa that I'd love to own just again so I could see what they were like. Yeah, I don't think this goes well. It doesn't go badly, okay. I didn't think it goes well, but it doesn't go badly in a second place. Furlong shorter, we know this. We just don't have those races. I mean, yeah. But again, 7th. Furlongs where it likes to run, it comes second. Doesn't have the pace of the winner. A mile, which it doesn't like to run, comes second. Doesn't quite have the pace of the winner. But a grade 2 to a grade 1. So, I mean, the jockey can say what he wants to there, but really we had a good chance. Oh, and this is going to kill me as well. This is going to kill me. Ramea, how much are we putting on? 24 grand. Okay. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. We get a win. We made money. We made money on the betting. So that's a grade 2. We got that booking right. Tourist, that's not the horse I thought it was going to be. The Ramea finally wins a race. Oh, yes, it's a grade 2 win. It's a good run. And yeah, maybe it's just been a distance thing we've been trying to figure out with Ramea. But that means now we can push them forward as well. Pretty happy to be doing that. We do earn a little bit of money back, so that is good. 2-year-olds. Yeah. So that's our former horse. That turned out to be nothing. The rest of them, I don't even want to take a risk on. I just don't really care about those horses. Let's skip to Alexander Starr's race. Let's get that lined up. Can we keep this little bit of winning performance going? Grade 3, lowest weight, highest rated. Couple in here of decent looking horses. Cherokee, Stream, Swift Encounter looks decent. Lava Lamp looks decent. No graded winners though. Let's see, Alexander Starr doesn't even finish top 3. 5 lengths back. Like, whoa. I really thought that was going to be a win. Like, I thought Pirano would win the first race. I thought Alexander Starr wins that second. I thought Personal Touch might win both. You know, win hers there, but also win both these last season. And yeah, this is slightly puzzling. Slightly puzzling. Okay, yearlings. Yearlings. So I want to put bids in. I think I do. So Grand Lodge and Glenley Valley are the two I don't want. There we go. Although, to be honest with you, I kind of want to see, make sure they all get sold. So Stormy River will be cheap. That's not a bad one. So 300 grand there. And another 300 for that. Now again, if you wait till they're 2 years old to sell, you're probably going to make more money. So instead of being 300 grand a pop, you're probably looking at 1.7 to 2.3 million. So it's worth holding on to for a year. There's $500,000 for Varun. Maggie goes decent again. Rue goes decent. You got the Baltic Bomber. Another 300 grand there. And 400 for Bray Hill. So that's all our horses sold. Now it's these yearlings that we're bringing in. So a bunch of these. And the yearlings we're getting rid of that we know aren't good enough are pretty much paying for this bunch. But if we held them for, another year, then we'd be in a position where realistically you could buy, you can buy 4 or 5 yearlings for an unraced 2-year-old. And then just hold those 5 over and buy 25 unraced 1-year-olds for your unraced 2-year-old. So you can see why it's a good idea to do that. Sometimes you don't get quite as much money as you want for your horses, but it's going to be what it's going to be. And yeah, breeding, like, it's tough to figure out whether you want something of something or other. Like, the stats don't translate onto the track always. We've seen that. We've seen, some really good horses not run well. Come on, though. I clicked next. We've seen some bad horses win races. We've seen, a little bit of everything, I want to say, up until this point. Mon Petit Bijou. So, another 5 or 6 horses in this auction then. What's this one? 4-3. There we go. 4-3. Give me my horse. And yeah, you never know. The fact that it's been bred by 2 Grade 1 winners that have got 30 Grade 1 wins between them, it can still turn out to be a dud. The fact that it's nothing but handicappers who, ran a Grade 3 and finished 20 lengths behind the winner. The fact that you got 2 of those breeding together, they could produce a really good horse. You never know what's going to get passed along and how, and yeah, overall, I think my favorite thing to do in Starters Order 7 is certainly just to do this and pick up all these horses as yearlings. Keep what you like, sell back what you don't. So we just sold all these horses for decent money. We bought these for pretty much decent money. But now we can go see. And if we don't like them, again, they just go back on the auction block. So I'm looking for 70% potential as my first thing. Then I'll check finish application. And we'll decide after that how good or not they might be. But I think this is a good thing to do for the first 5 to 10 years, just picking up all of these to improve your stock, diversify, etc. And then, there'll come a time when your own breeding barn is producing so much quality that this then really isn't worth your time. But until you can get to that point, I don't feel that there's a better way to get good horses at a cheap price. As you can see, it's very much hit or miss. We're yet to hit on this auction, but we have hit pretty hard on a few others previously. And there are 5 or 6 of these a year. So there we go. Everything we bought turned out to be terrible. Or maybe not terrible, but just not good enough to actually, do anything with. Not good enough to make it into our breeding barn. Not good enough to make it as a racer. So we're just going to sell all these guys on. Lose a little bit of money. But we just got to see what? Like 20 horses? We got to see their full stats and potential, and it cost us $5 million maybe. That's not a bad price. I think when you're looking at it, the fact you can see these good horses sort of come through once in a while, and they could be worth as much as 5-10 million long term to you. Yeah, the fact that you're going to lose 500,000 to $1 million on each of these auctions, it's not bad. Really isn't too bad. So there you go. There's all those horses sold back. You can do the math if you want to. I'm not going to bother. I got 38 mil in the bank. We started with about 42 after selling all our big horses in that big clear out at the start of the game. We wasted about 6 million, so that puts us back up to 44. We sold a bunch of yearlings. We probably lost about 2 million through some weird stuff, through resells. I threw away about 4 million in horses just by retiring them, and I threw away another 4 million plus in betting. So really, if I wasn't so quick to try and do some things, and I wasn't so idiotic about a couple of things, I think we'd be sitting on about 48 million. So yeah, we'd be in a pretty good position. We still are. We would have just been that much better off. Okay, overnight fame. Really not fancied. I wonder why. Yeah. Grade 3. Not even gonna get a chance to win a grade 3. Okay. Like, I don't know why. It's irritating me now. Laid back. It's got decent stats. Like, it should be more competitive at least. 6 out of 6 in a maiden. 6 out of 7 in a maiden. Then wins a maiden. 10th in a grade 1. 6 out of 7 in a grade 3. What am I doing with this horse? I mean, this isn't far off Tootling. Tootling got 2 grade 1s, 8 grade 2s, 5 grade 3s. Got up to like 124 rating, 122 when it retired. They're both laid back. Let's see. Tootling had a little bit more ability, but only by 5. It's 65 to 60. Both have 80% potential, 10% cruising burst. Tootling had 35 instead of 25 cruising burst, but loses out 80 to 75 in extra speed. Deteriorated quicker. There's not much between Tootling and this horse. There really isn't. This is just 6 furlongs. Tootling is a mile. So I'd say Tootling was a better horse, but to go 285 in graded races and have 000 here and not even look competitive, I mean, that's the difficult thing for me. It's a difficult thing. I don't even want to send it out to the breeding barn, if I'm honest, because I've got very similar horses there. Okay, Arzani, a little bit laid back. Bardot, pretty good. Hidden Keel, pretty good. Kiss of Prince, pretty good. Yeah, okay. 3rd place, 1st place, and 5th place. And we come in at 4th. Again, not sure why. Not sure we should be running this poorly. There aren't maidens. Yeah, it is March. Okay. So I thought it might have been April, May-ish time, but it is March. Okay, so about 5 more weeks for you. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with some of these horses, guys. Yeah, I really thought that might have been a good season for Overnight Fame. Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. Okay, Alexander Starr. Again. I'm just not sure what we need to do with you. I can put you into a grade 3 and just see. I guess that might be the best place for you. Piranha. Okay, there's a grade 3. Or a grade 2. Romeo's a mile 1, and we can go nowhere. Okay. I don't want to go to Dubai. I really don't want to go to Dubai. I think it's a really tough place to win. So you go into a grade 3. You go into a grade 3. So we got what? New York, Pomona, K. Personal touch. I mean, you came close. You came really close at a mile. But I'm supposed to put you at 7 furlongs. But you came close at a mile, and there's races at a mile. I mean, I've got to try a mile. To me, I've got to try a mile. I don't think there's any real point of doing it any differently. So you go there, a couple more days for you, and then a couple more days for you. Okay? So nothing for Romeo or Razani. Dragon Princess is still out. 2-year-olds. Something grab me. Something make me want to take a risk. Le Turc. Okay. It's Joe Rocco again. Some high-priced horses going. Seto, okay, we'll take a risk on you as well. Up first, though, it's going to be La Turc. And then the 2 million 2-year-old. So, yeah, I'm not sure really how I'm supposed to be evaluating the information you get from the breeding. But, yeah, I've noticed like 3 of the foals from Joe Rocco's line, including one that we ourselves have, are pretty good racers. So that does make me a little bit more willing to take that risk and actually pick them up. So Joe Rocco and Celtic Angel for La Turc, and we get done on them. Okay. Lanceto is El Sofia, another horse that I quite like, and Assad. So close, but in reality, not close at all. The ability's way too low. No battling qualities, cruising burst. Yeah. Yeah, not the best. So, I mean, those 2.5 million don't work out. And we get back 1.5 million, so yeah, that's kind of how this video has been going so far. Couple of wins, few seconds, few fourths, and a couple of really bad performances on Piranha and Overnight Fame especially. So disappointing. Alexander Star, grade 3, not even going into the racing day. We get a win. I don't know whether that has an effect. I don't know if you have better luck skipping the entire day than going into the racing day. I don't know, but he should win. And he does win, and he wins by 6 lengths, and it's not even close. Not even close. And it's not that much better a field than the one he got obliterated in last month. So 2 weeks apart, we go from dominating a race, or we go from getting dominated to dominating a race. I don't know if that has a factor or not, but I'm superstitious in doing it that way. So I'm a bit more inclined to do it that way. Grade 1, Arkansas, personal touch, gets wrecked. Beaten by better horses. Ugh. It's a 7 furlong horse. I was kind of hoping that we could make it stick at a mile, but yeah, that's a big no right there. Big no. Let's go through. Anything else? Not before that. Skip through. Piranha, get me something. 4th place, grade 3, didn't have the pace. Yeah, Piranha's a mile. Why didn't I book it a mile? It's written down in my notes. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed now. I'm annoyed now. Okay. 23rd, breeding mares. Sorry, Storm will be the one. Highest rated of the bunch. That'll do. We'll see. Get me at the auction. Nope, not even going to sell. Next race. Royal Ballerina. Doesn't win a maiden. Okay. You know how much I love it when we don't win a maiden. Not only that, we were beaten by a horse which ran green. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Almost a length behind, and they ran green. Oh, we didn't run green. They ran green. That sucks. That really, really sucks. Maycox Bay, 5th. Please run green. Didn't run green. Really? Just 5th. Finish it, Tio. Finish it. Okay, he wins. Okay. Was not expecting that. Was not expecting that. Tio wins by 4 1/4. I mean, that's what they all should be doing unless they're up against really good horses or unless they run green. So I don't know why it was Tio, which is the one who wins. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have great horses. We don't have great horses yet. The best one we've had has been Glingamil. 95% battling qualities, might just have something to do with that. Then Magical Peace, which was a little bit of everything, not a lot of anything. 80 speed, not the best. 80 ability and potential. 40 cruising burst, 85 extra speed. So lots of little bits there which are nice, but nothing crazily good. But those have been our top 2. Then Suleimani, a little bit like Magical Peace, and that had something of everything, not quite as much, and nothing really good. And Tootling, same as Suleimani. So early days, struggling to get a good horse on the field. We thought we had one in Piranha. We thought we had one in Arzani. We're struggling to find the next great horse. We're into April. There's a lot of racing still to be done this season, and we got some good 1-year-olds. Now, the yearlings are looking good. We got more being bred. We've got good breeding stock. The future is going to be good. But we need to find horses that we can count on in the meantime. But I'm just not sure if we've got one of those out here right now. If we have, it's Arzani. I think, for me, I think that's the one. If it's not Arzani, Alexander Starr, Personal Touch, they're probably the next ones up. They've both, all 3 of those have run fairly well for us. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we've got a lot of work ahead of us. It's April 1st. I don't want to be fooled, so we'll go forward a day. I'm off for the evening. I'm going to book some more races and try and figure some stuff out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.